Welcome you lot to Match Catch Media. My name's Adam Shilton and we're here today to have a look at the stuff that I carry with me on the bank. So a little nosy in my seat box, some of the stuff that I end up carrying around, and probably like the rest of you, you end up with stuff that you've been in there for 10 years, you've not even touched it. But nonetheless, we'll have a look at the products that I carry around with me, generally speaking, and I will pack my kit away and we'll see what you think about it. If you've got some things that you found in your box that you haven't seen for years, haven't used for years, please remember just to pop a comment in the bottom. It'll be really interesting to see if you have any of the same stuff in here as me. So we'll start off with the seat box basically. So in the top of my seat box, I've got just an accessories tray essentially. So it's just things like the ever important rod license and membership card, that kind of thing. We've got a, what's this, diamond eye threader for the pole, doing top kits with. Just a selection of line, obviously the MAP Optimum Power line, so I use this pretty much for all my hook lengths and pole rigs as well. So in various different strengths, especially this time of year, but it ranges from, what have I got here? I've got 0.09 at the smallest, and it goes up to, what am I carrying, 0.21. So pretty much caters for everything really, and just makes it nice and easy. Some side puller bead spares, spare elastics, that kind of stuff. This is my pellet waggler sort of tray, a little bit here, so you can see some of the stuff in there, loads of different ones, different brands, and a few little simple insert peacock wagglers, stuff like that for some of the different bits of fishing that I do. And then more beads, spare like bits and bobs, loads of different stuff, pellet cones, homemade ones and proper ones, and just loads of like the top kit protectors and things like that. So pretty straightforward tray really for that one, nice and simple. Oh, that's the other thing, I've got a ruler. There's a ruler in there for obviously measuring different fishery rules, where you've got to have certain length between pole tip and float, so I've got a ruler in there as well. And then the good old tea light candle, so you can see a video on this, just so I can wax the pole joints to stop them from getting full of gunk and rubbish and stuff like that. Pole care is obviously really, really important. So that's that tray. And then the kind of tray that I use the most, I suppose, really, full of bits and bobs of tools and stuff like that. So here we've got, if I just tip it up a little bit like that, so you can see. So what I'm in the most here is this tray. So this has got all the bits and bobs in it: loop tires, plummets, scissors, bait stops, shot pincers, all that kind of stuff. So different kinds of loop tires, spirit level from the seat box, good old Sharpie, and a whiteboard pen as well. I don't go anywhere without these. They're absolutely brilliant, just for marking pole kits up and blacking out floats, all that kind of stuff. Onto this one then, I've got all my different kinds of shot basically, and I use a rubber as well. That's for when I've blacked out when I've blacked out the float tip with the Sharpie, it just rubs off with a normal eraser. So I always keep that in there as well. Just tuck that back in. Good old electrical tape. So it's always in there just because you never know. Sometimes I do fish with Dacrons I make myself, so I've got the coated, semi-fixed coated braid that I use to make my own Dacrons with. Again, you can see a video on that, so that's there. A few more bits of shot that's escaped. There we go. So moving down, some normal shot in a dispenser, and then practically here, like every piece of kind of MAP terminal tackle you could hope for, essentially. Loads of different sizes of swivels, feeder links, float stops, waggler adapters, all that kind of stuff. One come out there. Pole pots, again ranging from loads of different products down to the good old fruit shoot lid sports bottle caps that you make yourself and gets into the colder months. But nowadays, like, you can buy like these ones that do the job for you. And then at the end, I've got like pole float silicone. You can see that there. Spare scissors, a little bit of Tipex, a pencil, spare disgorgers, spare clippers, all that kind of spare. I seem to carry spares for everything. I probably haven't touched that bit of tray since I had the Seatbox, to be honest, but nonetheless it's in there. So that's it for that particular bit. Pop that back in. There we go. So down to the stacker unit. So this is literally depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going. Just slide that out there. So this time of year, I don't have to carry that many rigs around, to be honest, which is quite good. So in the top one, very much as a few wouldn't need retying there. Look at that. So they're ones that we've got in tangles and things like that. So need to retie those. Not got round to doing that yet. So first tray this is a little bit of everything. There's still a few shallow rigs in there just this time of year with it being autumn, but the rest of it is all like mainly what have we got? It's mainly mud, a little bit of mud bank, but loads of kind of really slim F1 and silver kind of floats in there really. Like I said, there's a few shallow ones still just for this time of year, and then we've got a few like dobbin rigs here, some margin ones as well for slightly deeper margins. A bit of something for everybody in there really. It just means that I've got a couple of paste floats again just in case. Bit of something for everybody. Everything I need for this time of year. And then the next tray will be even less in here, I think. So some floats that I've not even put on winders yet. Range of floats there, some that I make myself. And then this is just a continuation of up there. This is a little bit more, there's a few carbon stem and a few wire stem floats as well, and one or two bigger ones that are sort of a bit heavier, 4 gram, 5 gram, just for those deeper water venues. A couple of different size, more rugby ball bodies if it's really choppy, just for that extra stability. 1 or 2 spare smaller floats there and some spare winders, but other than that, that's really all I kind of carry for this kind of year. I'll just turn that way like that so you can really see. There you go. And that's it for that. We'll put these ones in there because they need retying. I'll get round to that at some point in the tackle room. And that's it for the Seatbox. That's yeah, that is it for the Seatbox. That's all I carry with me on my Seatbox, dead straightforward. And we'll go on to the luggage and stuff now as well. Okay, so the luggage then. Firstly, I'll just talk about this briefly. So this is a top kit case. So it's got all my top kits in it. Dead straightforward really. The only other thing I keep in there is the tube that's got my like short butt extender extensions for the map pole. So the one that goes in the 13 and the 14.5. And the 16, and then obviously I've got one that goes in the 4 and 5 as well, so you can just fish short and you've got that section protector on. So I'll keep those bits in there. Dead straightforward. Let's pop that out of the way. Then my main hold all itself. So obviously I keep my poles in here. So essentially I've got, what have I got here? I've got the pole itself, and then I've got extra tubes that have got spare 16 metre section for going a bit longer, things like that, and 1 or 2 spare sections for the pole just in case you have that accident on the bank. And then the only other thing in here is an umbrella, a brolly and a tube, and landing net handles. That's all I carry in there. Again, dead straightforward. And when I'm match fishing, generally speaking, I don't take the brolly, or I just leave it in the car and I'll get it if it's really bad. I don't bother with an umbrella when I'm match fishing, so that's dead straightforward there. That's all I carry. Right, the bait EVA system. So I really love this. It's just brilliant for keeping everything dry and simple. It's usually a bit of a mess when we transit in the car, but this is obviously ready for some filming today. We're here today to do 3 films just in one day, so a bit of a mixture of everything. I've got some dry pellets in here, hard pellets, obviously discordia, sunglasses. Not much chance of that today, but you never know this time of year. Catapult, obviously, things like clickers, stopwatch. I can't stress enough how important it is to have a stopwatch with you. It's just absolutely superb. You just know what's going on. You can read your swim so much better. And then a few like change of hook baits, so things like white pellets, white hard pellets and red ones got in there. some ready to go expanders just in case you're in a pinch. Want a few wafters, stuff like that. That's my expanders for today that I've made as well. They're just there ready. But again, I just love this system because you can literally seal it up. It keeps it nice and dry, nice and fresh, and wouldn't be without it nowadays. Okay, on to some of this luggage. So I carry 2 of these, and it depends on what I've got on the day. You know, what features I'm filming, what matches I'm fishing, what bait I might need, and it kind of changes really. So in here is very much a kind of a bait one. I use it more of a bait bag. So I've got loads of different bits and bobs, expander pellets I've got in there, PVA tube, you know, the for making like what we call them tea bags with the pellets and stuff like that. That keeps it nice and dry in there. A little spare bait tub, plastic. That's plastic. What do you call plastic wallets that I put my expanders in, things like that. More PVA, and then spare bait tubs, spare lids that I've got there as well. Then I've got a tub full of flavorings, essentially. Tub full of, can you see that? Right, move that so you can see it. There we go. So a bit of a mixture in there. I've got F1 sort of sweet flavours, I've got caramel flavours, I've got spray for dabbing bread and things like that as well. Starting to come now this time of year. We're not quite there yet. I've said caramel, haven't we? And I've also got like a liquid yellow dye as well. Oh, and some luncheon meat, some sweet luncheon meat flavour. So just a mixture of flavours that I carry in there, which kind of caters for anything I'm doing this time of year really, which is quite good. On to these bags here. So in here I've got some other different colour pellets, essentially. So green, red, and sort of like a golden yellow hard pellets, which are good, useful for that, just for that change of hook bait. You know, if it's a really particularly hard day, I use it a lot when I'm feeder fishing and bomb fishing. And then in this one, this is my bag of wafters basically. Wafters and sinkers, loads of different colours, loads of different flavours, just so you can ring changes, see what's working on the day. So I'm not going to be using them today because I've not even brought the rods with me, so there we go. That's it for that one. Pop that back away. Onto this one. So this one's got a bit of a mixture of everything else in it, to be honest. I'll turn it that way a little bit like that. So hook length box, obviously, you know, hugely important for what everything that we do. So I can carry so many hook lengths in there. I really recommend this box. It's absolutely fantastic. It's double-sided as well, you know, on both sides, so you can carry loads and loads of hook lengths in there. Then I've got my feeder box in here. So loads and loads of the map, embed and new method feeders in there, pretty much every size. Loads of stems, a few moulds, and then a few more traditional ones as well, like the cage feeders that you might need. Maggot feeders, again, starting to come to that time of year where you start to use some of those things on there. So just again, a nice selection, nice array in there. And then what else have I got? Spare bits and bobs really. So small pole clip for the pole. Again, we're getting to that time of year now. I really recommend these. Worm scissors as well, absolutely fantastic, double bladed and really sharp as well, brilliant. And then other than that, I've got 1 or 2 spare feeders. I don't know why they're in there loose, but they are. A few spare Seatbox accessories for the feeder. That is more hook lengths, like more for on the bomb. So they're longer, they're on reels, so they're on longer. Like I said, a few spare elastics, little bits and bobs, some spare hooks in there as well, another mould. Oh, there's some more hooks. So there are, it's my packet of hooks that I use all the time. So when I'm tying my hooks up, often I'll be ready early in a match and then I'll sit on the box and tie hook lengths up. So I always carry them in there as well. So that's about it for that box really. more of a utility kind of box, like I said. Some spare hook links there as well, but it's actually empty, that box now. I can take that out. And that's it for that one. And then the last but not least actually is my roller box, my roller case. So I can fit 2 of the map rollers in here, which is fantastic, which I really like. And then other than that, I've just got like brolly anchor, just in case it's really windy, which I often use quite a lot for protecting the cameras when it's windy and it's wet. But other than that, it's 2 2 pole rollers and my roost that's in here. Okay, there's the roost, and then I've got 2 pole rollers, and then obviously the spare legs, the short legs that go with these, and the extendable legs as well for when you're needing really high rollers behind you. And that's it. That's all. When I'm not, that's all I carry. It's dead straightforward, really, nice and simple. Don't overcomplicate it at all. The only other thing I'd normally bring with me is the rods, which I haven't brought with me today because I don't need them for the sessions that we're filming. But I keep it really simple. The only other thing I've got is my net bag, which literally has just got the nets in it, so nothing else. And obviously the bar that I've got on the front of the box here as well. That's it. There we go. That's what I carry around in my seat box. Like I said, if you've got anything different, or if you're carrying something around that you've not used, maybe have a little look at that and drop a comment in the below. Please, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps us out. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the bank very soon. Good luck.